A thin line. They will tell us that we are strange because we want to make positive change. They will tell us that we are crazy because we see more to life than being lazy. Greed blinded our hearts. Competition broke us into parts. Friendship became a joke. Flirting required a poke. Parties replaced deep conversation. Apathy took place of motivation. Jealousy chose to gloat. Rumors learned how to float. Meanness fought for praise. Nudity caught the craze. A thin line seems to have appeared between what should be admired and feared. It is obvious that the ideas we applaud are badly thought out and flawed. A thin line cannot be good for progress. We've been influenced too much by the press. Every civilization goes through a rough patch, but we have to try to think straight. If our brilliance can learn to mix and match, it might lead to a destiny that's great. Smiles should be genuine, our heart as our only sign. Other cultures are not a mistake, signed on the dotted line. We wake up every single day, wondering what bills we will pay. Always time for work, but none for play. What kind of a world is this, where countries are bombed and children diss, looking for a way to get out, beneath the rubble of disbelief and doubt? Getting sick from the hectic pace, we attempt to find our place as members of the human race. A thin line will hurt our sanity by promoting the concept of cultural vanity. Let us not engage in this profanity if we care about the future of humanity. We're addicted to the disease of more, treating dignity as if it's a chore. Unable to find the beauty in little things, we are butterflies that have clipped their wings. A thin line means that we live alone. A thin line will transform our heart into stone. A thin line refuses to settle and be satisfied. A thin line uses anger as its life guide. A thin line doesn't look at the speed. It just knows it wants to lead. I wrote a thin line in this book, A Candid Aim, and I have to tell you, that was my first book. And it's always difficult on the first try to do anything. That was a rough experience because I literally I put my heart on the line. I really spoke about things that were brutal to talk about. I spoke about, being a refugee. I spoke about being bullied. I spoke about, inner conflict. I think we all have inner conflict. Maybe it's not socially acceptable to speak about it, but I think we all face it. And that's why we try to find different modes of expression to convey our struggle of being human, right? We all struggle. You can't plateau all the time. Just keep it flat. Stagnation. I like challenge. I like it. And I think it keeps you on your feet. And I really hope that more people will learn to accept themselves. Because I got to tell you, the reason why I wrote so much is because I've had a difficulty with accepting myself throughout my life, just like wanting to be somewhere else. It's I don't know, I feel like I betrayed myself in a way, because I always wanted to be somewhere else. I wanted to be someone else. I compared myself to other people. In that way, I suppose I'm really insecure in that way, you know? I'm both fragile and powerful. And I think it's important to acknowledge different sides of yourself, um, because it helps other people do the same. Thank you for listening.